Look at verse 119. Organize yourselves, prepare every needful thing, and establish a house, even a house of prayer, a house of fasting, a house of faith, a house of learning, a house of glory, a house of order, a house of God. There you go. That's the command for them to build a temple. They don't, at this stage, know exactly what this is going to end up at. In 1836, we're going to dedicate that Kirtland Temple. But at this phase, they think they're building this house to describe all of these things. Kind of the school of the prophets is going to be building this incredible structure, right? This house that fulfills all these things. I wonder if you and I could read verse 119 through symbolic lenses and use Paul's phrase where he says, "What? Know ye not that ye are the temple of our God?" I wonder if we could read verse 119 and say, I could replace the word house with the word soul, or life, or family, or ward, or stake, or church, or fill in the blank. Think about what would happen if collectively all members of the church took section 119 personally to heart and said, wow, I need to build a life of prayer, a life of fasting, a life of faith, a life of learning, a life of glory, a life of order, a life of God. Then, when you and I go to the temple, we would no longer be going to a brick and mortar structure alone. We would actually be going to a house that fits all these descriptions as a physical outward manifestation of what God's trying to do with me and with you. In that case, we wouldn't be trying to go through the temple. We would be trying to allow the temple to go through us. We would let that symbolic experience become internalized, and we would take it home with us and try to spread that light and that truth and that goodness to our families and those around us. Look at verse 121. In order to accomplish this, therefore cease from all your light speeches, from all laughter, and from all your lustful desires, from all your pride and your light-mindedness, and from all your wicked doings. Now, these next couple of verses are some of the most practical, down-to-earth principles that we could apply at an individual level, at a marriage level, at a family level, at a ward level, at any level you prefer. This is beautiful. Verse 123, see that ye love one another. Cease to be covetous. The implication here is you're covetous. So if Elder Uchtdorf were here, he'd probably say, stop it, right? Stop being covetous. Learn to impart one to another as the gospel requires. Cease to be idle. In other words, you've got to struggle with being idle. Stop it. Cease to be unclean. Cease to find fault one with another. Cease to sleep longer than is needful. Retire to thy bed early, that ye may not be weary. Arise early, that your bodies and your minds may be invigorated. And above all things, clothe yourselves with the bond of charity, as with a mantle, which is the bond of perfectness and peace. Pray always, that you may not faint until I come. Behold, and lo, I will come quickly and receive you unto myself. Amen.